Order in the court. The trial is about to commence. Citizens, take your seats and remain silent.
Many citizens came to witness the trial, as it's such a significant event.
I am Herman Foresio, the Chief Counselor of the Republic of Calpheon.
I'm pretty sure everyone in Calpheon knows who you are already.
The court of the First Criminal Department of the Callus Parliament is now in session. Case number 286-192. The Grand Chamberlain of Serendia's collusion with the Shadow Knights. Are both sides in attendance?
Plaintiff Elena Light, Your Honor.
Defendant Isobelle Encarotia, Your Honor.
Plaintiff, specify the accusation made against the defendant and provide justification for such allegations.
Jordine Ducasse.
I was so into her at
former
first.
Grand Chamberlain of Serendia, who instilled fear in the hearts of the Calpheon citizens. How was it he dared to point his sword at Calpheon's throat? It was all thanks to the support of his sponsor, Isobelle Encarotia. No one suspected it. She was not foolish enough to openly show her support for Serendia. Instead, she supported the Baron of Montvidel. It was a very cunning choice. Yes, a land of perilous ruin, where one can hardly imagine soldiers or farmers residing. Under this guise, Serendia secretly trained elite soldiers, ready to be deployed at a moment's notice.
What an utter farce! You can't just accuse her out of hatred, out of spite!
I love her.
Quiet, Jerry. Calm down. They can't find out about the other forces Joe was raising.
Order! Disrupt the proceedings of this court again, and you will be removed immediately. Continue, plaintiff.
As many of you know, the Jean Merchant Guild is a jointly run venture between House Light and House Encarotia. I discovered some unusual transactions while balancing last month's books, so I took a deeper look and unearthed an unsettling truth. The funds used for the acquisition of the Heidel League of Merchants were actually used to support Montvidel. I immediately informed the Duke of Serendia and had him strip the former Grand Chamberlain of any military authority. Then, Isabel arranged for him to collude with the heretics, the Shadow Knights. He then harnessed that newfound power to trample upon Calpheon, our city, built upon the sanctity of Elion with the sweat of our ancestors. They've laid waste to the Callus Parliament, our esteemed assembly of Calpheon's noble citizens, and left naught but ruin in their wake. Clearly, it was a plot to eradicate the legacy of our great republic, using Jordine as a pawn. The vile Encarotia scheme was to seize absolute authority by regressing our enlightened, progressive republic back to its days as a barbaric monarchy. Your Honor, I submit the ledger of the manager of Montvidel, obtained by the Light Merchant Guild, as evidence.
What? What's going on between House Light and House Encarotia? Haven't they shared control of the Shan Alliance for over a decade?
Indeed. When the dust of this debacle settles, what will become of the Alliance? Will it be dissolved?
That's the same model.
Worshipping House Encarotia. Their stuffed coffers will soon be made stuffed coffins.
Damn, that's harsh.
I can't believe she prepared so thoroughly for this. I thought Jeffrey's marriage to Isabel would save our house. How can this happen?
Order! This will be admitted as evidence, Exhibit 1. Defendant, respond to the plaintiff's claims.
Listen to Isabel's counter-arguments.
The stench of conspiracy wafts from that end, Your Honor. My father, Enrique Encarotia, is a noble and upstanding member of the Callus Parliament. Why would the daughter of an esteemed representative attempt to overthrow their republic for a monarchy? It is preposterous.
This would be a monarchy, well, yeah. This would be a monarchy if y'all decided to accept that I'm the queen here.
Instead of providing concrete evidence like the plaintiff, it seems the defendant is merely playing on our emotions.
That wasn't. She didn't. There was no concrete evidence.
Adventurer, the record of the Ashen Usurper. Did you find it? I knew you would. But proceed with caution. Alina Light is a highly influential figure in the Republic.
This is giving me Danganronpa feels.
Hero of Calpheon, you have something to say? Considering the special nature of this case, we did not permit either party an outside attorney. However, out of respect for your contributions, which will forever remain in the shining history of the Republic,
It should.
I,
I'm the
Herman
queen.
Foresio, grant you the right to speak under my authority. What do you have to say?
Great hero of Calpheon. Did you find issue with my claim? Or perhaps my argument and evidence were so flawless that you've forgotten your rebuttal?
Where's the proof of Isabel orchestrating things between the Shadow Knights and Jordine?
The defendant, fully aware that the black stones from the extraction mill were falling into the hands of the Shadow Knights, chose to turn a blind eye. It's evident that she exploited this situation to forge a link between Jordine and the Shadow Knights. We have the ledger of Sir Edmund Dawson, the extraction mill manager. There's no way little Miss Meticulous Isabel didn't know about this.
Turned a blind eye, you say? Far from it. She was in the dark. The troubles at the extraction mill were settled by my own hand. And this ledger, can we trust its contents? Look here, there's a record of unidentified sword. Your brother was spot on. Elena's face twisted in anger. I wish I could see it.
An unidentified sword? Why would Edmund do something so stupid?
I will admit the evidence from both sides.
Oh, look at you.
Let's see. Both records match Sir Edmund's handwriting. What the defense is questioning among these records is the sword without any workshop production records. Correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. The sword is known as the Ashen Usurper, a symbol of the Shadow Knights. So, according to the ledger, the first one to make initial contact with the Shadow Knights was none other than Sir Edmund Dawson, not House Encarotia.
What? What does she mean? Sir Edmund was the first to contact those heretics? What's going on?
Wait. The Black Crystals in
Who
Serendia
are
are
you?
controlled by the Light Merchant Guild. Could they have been orchestrating things behind the scenes?
Order! The plaintiff must substantiate the defendant's assertion.
Loopholes in the evidence.
It's just some old sword without any origins. Where is the evidence that it's the Ashen Usurper? House Light oversees the extraction mill, but the operation of produced goods is managed by the Jean Merchant Guild. At that time, Isobelle Encarotia was in charge of Serendia. So who would Sir Edmund be reporting to at the time? Her. It would have been Isobelle Encarotia. Your Honor, please examine the essence of the situation first.
Everything is presented as if it were entirely true, but in reality it's 90% truth mixed with 10% lies. Sir Edmund Dawson belonged to House Light, doesn't he? Some of them make him deeply entwined in this affair?
Yes. I was the one who hired Sir Edmund Dawson. However, it was an open recruitment, and the process was transparent. I don't think that proves he was taking orders from our house. I can disclose the hiring documentation from that time if needed.
Look at me. It was Dawson who delivered the ashen usurper to Jardine. I heard it directly from
That is correct. The castle entry records accurately reflect this. I can attest to it as head butler, if Lady Jarrett allows.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course, naturally. When was that? Was it the night I had too much to drink and passed out?
What did you say?
Man.
Your Honor, the defendant is now using her position to spread false information.
Look at these lies she's spreading. As Lena is about to make a counter argument, an unexpected figure makes an appearance. Makes an entrance.
Councillor Light, that sword, it is indeed the Ashen Usurper.
This man is very resilient. He got stabbed recently and he's still alive.
As my witness, the manager of the Serendian extraction mill, Sir Edmund Dawson.
Sir Edmund Dawson? He's alive? Oh dear, he looks terrible.
What's he doing showing up here all of a sudden? Did he have a change of heart?
Look at Alina Light's face. Red as Caltheon's colors. She's so flustered. Goodness me, this is something to save her.
Order in the court. You may call the witness. Sir Edmund Dawson, is what you have said true?
Yes, Your Honor. The Ashen Usurper, Sword of the Shadow Knights, was delivered by me to the Grand Chamberlain.
You handed over such an item to the enemy of the Republic. You will be held accountable for your actions in due course. For what reason did you deliver such a thing to him? Tell us the reason, so that the people may understand.
At that time, I was under severe pressure regarding the quota assigned to me by Councillor Alina Light. In the midst of this,
what was the reason?
A woman came to see me.
Reason?
She seemed to know all about my troubles. She introduced herself as Elezra.
Ooh.
And she promptly put forth a proposition. She said that if I gave the sword, the Ashen Usurper, to Jardine, she would give me the black stones that I needed to meet the quota. Looking back now, it was a ridiculous deal. But at that time, I was in a tight spot, and thus, not in my right mind.
Did you just say Elezra? My thoughts
Yes.
exactly.
So I hastily went to visit Jardine during the night, and presented the sword to him as a gift. The Grand Chamberlain later used that gift to make an attempt on my life. As he plunged the blade into me, he whispered, "As the Dark Ones demanded."
She's speechless. Look at her. Damn. Looking for the words.
The suspicion of collusion between Jardine and Isabel has been cleared. Bailiff, detain Sir Edmund Dawson.
Listen.
The remainder of the trial will now resume. Back to the initial claim. Why did the defendant sponsor...
Why did the defendant sponsor the Baron of Montfordel? Exactly why? You intended to overthrow Calpheon.
That's
For Calpheon. To
such
prevent
a stretch.
his sword and his army from being pointed at Calpheon. While the Baron maintained military tension within Serendia, Jardine could not advance into Calpheon, not with an enemy behind him.
Do you expect the people of Calpheon to believe such innocent intentions? We are talking about House Encarotia.
What about it?
Are we to believe that a house, notorious throughout Calpheon for their greed, made a donation in the name of justice?
Never fear, Rookie. I've kept a small trick up my sleeve for just such an occasion. Go ahead. Present these as evidence. It's time to turn the tides of the trial. This is the property deed for the Golden Toad Inn. It was being operated by the Heidel League of Merchants. Having obtained this, all the businesses of the Heidel League of Merchants fell under the ownership of the Jean Merchant Guild. And the same goes for the funds allocated to Monvidel. They weren't just for military support. Donations for justice? I don't think so. It was a careful investment by the Heidel branch of the Jean Merchant Guild. An investment befitting House Encarotia, prioritizing profit above all else. Isn't that right, Baron of Monvidel?
Of course. 30% of the Monvidel land shares were transferred to the Heidel branch of the Jean Merchant Guild.
Considering this, the ledger submitted by House Light was counterfeit evidence concocted to support her narrative. Great citizens of Calpheon, I, Isabel, see money as a mere tool, not the final goal. Little by little, I aim to wield these tools to further the prosperity of Calpheon.
You already had a card up your sleeve. I have nothing left to teach you, Isabel. You truly have what it takes to become the head of House Encarotia. I am so proud of you.
As you should be.
Thank you, Father. Counselor Elena Light, you cannot defeat me. Do you see that now?
Ooh. Look at that confidence, damn.
Isabel! You knew it all along! How dare you! How dare you mock me!
So much for her confidence.
It seems even the prestigious House Light is not immune to misfortune.
Unexpected witness, clear rebuttals, irrefutable evidence. The court buzzes with renewed commotion.
Order in the court! If there are no further claims or additional evidence, I shall hear their closing arguments and deliver judgment.
What could you possibly have for a closing argument? That cunning woman. If she had decisive evidence all along, why is she revealing it now? It's better to wait till the end. Was that whole display of weakness all inept? Well, it's hard to comprehend the true intentions of those in power. The chief counselor is no different, acting as if he's in deep thought when the verdict is already decided. Wait, I'm not doing that. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Isabel's final argument remains. Here are the final arguments. Cutscene!
Isobelle Encarotia, have you prepared your final argument?
Respected Chief Counselor, Council members, and esteemed citizens of our great Calpheon.
Look at her being the boss and all that.
A
Damn.
family obsessed with expanding their enterprise and caring only for coin. An arrogant family of peddlers audaciously aiming to engulf the prestigious House Urn and masquerade as nobility. We of House Encarotia are well aware of such public sentiments. We won't deny it. After all, it's the truth. However, as members of the sacred Calice Parliament, our house has never committed a shameful act against the Republic. I implore you, do not misconstrue my efforts, my tireless endeavors to crush Jordine's ambition. Do not misinterpret my desire to protect the Republic of Calpheon and its citizens. With tears and hope, I ask you to show that justice still lives on in the Republic. That is all.
All the evidence presented by the hero of Calpheon unequivocally reveals the truth of this case. For the hearing of case number 286-192, suspected collusion with Jordine Ducasse, I find the defendant not guilty.
This is all thanks to you, adventurer.